Ireland's been destroyed by migration, and we're here to put an end to this. It's absolutely disgraceful. Europe is getting destroyed. Every country in Europe is destroyed. Sweden, Belgium, Germany, everywhere. Terrorist attacks. The men of Ireland died for the freedom of Ireland. And we're here today, boys, walking their footsteps. Bring Ireland back to the way it is, man, because we're losing our culture, our history.
The site in Coolock, which was intended for use as accommodation for migrants, is currently engulfed in flames.
Are our lives, is society getting better for all this obsession with influxing millions of people from all around the world to pump up a population and pump up an economy in ways that the government deems absolutely essential? And even though most of the population, as all the polls show, are against this, the government is saying, no, you people, you majority of the citizens, you're all fools. We know what's best. We're wedded to growth. We're wedded to GDP. We're wedded to pumping up the economy. So you're just going to have to get hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of migrants.
So Conor McGregor has reacted to the cancellation of a major migration project in Dublin. First, we'll take a look at Conor's reaction, and then I'll tell you the full story behind it. Now, just to give some clarity, around 2023, 2024, the Irish government were planning to turn the former Crown Paints factory in Dublin into an accommodation to house 500 ex-military migrant men. Now, the people of Coolock were not happy about this situation, not only because of overcrowding to the community, but they were worried that these ex-military migrants could be a potential threat to the community. So because of this, they started protesting. They actually lit up the paint factory on several occasions. They protested outside of the paint factory, and thousands of people also hit the streets of Dublin to protest against the Coolock Migrant Plantation.
And all my cares go up in smoke. Come on, let's go get high! Let's go get high! Hee-haw! She's fucking blazing, lads! Yeah!
Now, because the people of Dublin put so much pressure on the councils and the government, they decided to cancel this project, and they are no longer opening the Coolock Migrant Plantation. Now, a few days ago, a councillor from Dublin actually announced this, and he went on to say, update regarding former Crown Paints. The department have informed myself by phone and email this morning that the Department of Justice is no longer considering the offer of a potential IPAS accommodation centre at the former Crown Paints site in Coolock, Dublin. So Conor McGregor reacted to the announcement of the cancellation, and he went on to say communities are now united across Ireland and they will not be denied nor defeated. Government must wise up now and end its immigration racket ahead of time, as Ireland and its communities will never comply. As president, I make this happen. Now, just a few weeks ago, thousands of people took to the streets in Dublin to protest against the migrant plantation in Dublin, and they had some very strong words to say about the situation. Here's what they had to say.
Ireland's been destroyed by migration, and we're here to put an end to this. It's absolutely disgraceful. Europe is getting destroyed. Every country in Europe is destroyed. Sweden, Belgium, Germany, everywhere. Terrorist attacks. The Irish people can't get homes, they can't get hospital beds. This has to come to an end.
They're looking after migrants instead of their Irish. It's disgusting.
Today is a big day for Irish people, Irish nationalists. We're here to make a peaceful protest.
And let's get it out there. Nationalism is not racism.
And fair play to every Irish man and Irish woman that's here to stand up for the Irish people. Because look, down the road there, boys, in 1916, boys, the men of Ireland died for the freedom of Ireland. And we're here today, boys, walking their footsteps to bring Ireland back to the way it is, man, because we're losing our culture, our history.
This is not about immigrants, it's not about racists, 100%. It's about the Irish national people fighting against the government.
Coolock is a neighbourhood in Dublin where they plan to put in at least 500 military-aged migrant men in a former paint factory right in the middle of a community. And the locals, tried to shut it down, so the government put up those large concrete blocks. I visited there many times. I thought there was no chance the people would win, but the people won. How did you do it?
People power. Not backing down. Keep speaking your truth and stay united.
I have to tell you, I never thought you could do it. I thought the government was so invested in having Coolock as a massive plantation.
They didn't realise the fight Coolock had in their bellies.
I didn't either, and I mean I was sympathetic, but I thought this is a doomed mission.
We're getting there. Rome wasn't built in a day. We're getting there.
It's absolutely disgraceful, and any man that agrees with this is stupid. Absolutely weak, feminized, useless fools.
But why do they do it? Why? Why are they selling out their own country?
Listen, I could get into it, but I'm not going to, because there's certain things here. A lot of people here would know why.
Approximately 10,000 Irish.
Wow, so as you saw in the video there, the people were very passionate about this situation, and you can literally see, he said, 10,000 people hit the streets of Dublin to protest about this situation, and not just about the Coolock situation, but also the migrant issue which is going on in Ireland, overpopulation, homeless people not being able to get homes and hospital beds, etc. The people are very pissed off about this situation, and this fella here with the bald head that was speaking on the microphone, he actually made a point to say this is not about racism, it's not about migration, it's about the government and what they're doing to us. It's basically the Irish people against the government is what he said. I want to bring to your attention another interesting piece of content that I found, and this is by a man called Derek Domino. I found him on Twitter. Make sure you check this guy's content out. It's very interesting. He speaks about why the Irish government is overpopulating the country. Derek says the reason the Irish government are bringing so many migrants into the country, into the UK, into Ireland, etc., is because it increases the GDP of the country. He says it may be increasing the GDP of the country and financially benefiting the government, but it doesn't actually benefit the people that were born in that country, and it actually has a negative impact on the people of Ireland.
And here's a thing that nobody seems to be saying, and I'm saying it. Why, oh why, is there this obsession with population explosion? Why is there this obsession with GDP has to always rise? Why? Who says? Has it come down in the tablets of stone from on high, from the Almighty? Where's this come from? Why can't it remain the same? Why can't it even shrink? Now, the reason I ask this question is very, very simple. And you can think about this yourself. Of course, all the academics out there, the economy nerds, will say, oh, this man's a complete unhinged lunatic. The man's a fool. That's the most ridiculous idea anybody's ever come up with in the history of ideas. And maybe it is. My central point in this whole throwing this out there is, are our lives getting better for all this obsession? Is society getting better for all this obsession with influxing millions of people from all around the world to pump up a population and pump up an economy in ways that the government deems absolutely essential? And even though most of the population, as all the polls show, are against this, the government is saying, no, you people, you majority of the citizens, you're all fools. We know what's best. We're wedded to growth. We're wedded to GDP. We're wedded to pumping up the economy. So you're just going to have to get hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of migrants. In Ireland, when I was born, the population was 3 million. It was 3 million. And growing up, it was kind of edging a bit above that. It never felt empty. It wasn't like I was on the Great Plains of Kansas trying to see if I could see another person. No, there was plenty of people. There's loads of people. It then drifted up to 4 million, say, and drifted a bit above that, and it kind of stabilised there for a bit. And now it's 5.3 officially. It could be 6 million unofficially. But my point is, nowadays, with our increased population, with this supposed raging bonfire of an economy, life in general has not improved, has not gotten better. You can't get a doctor's appointment. You can't get a hospital appointment. You can't get your kids into the local school. You can't enroll in your local general practitioner, a doctor. They're not taking patients anymore. Try getting a dentist's appointment. You'll be waiting weeks with your tooth giving you serious jip. So my question is this: who is all this growth? Who is all this GDP? Who is all this largesse benefiting? Who gains?
And Derek definitely makes some interesting points here, particularly the GDP being increased, but also the population being increased. It's not really benefiting the people of those countries, the people of the UK, the people of Ireland, etc. You know, don't get me wrong, there are thousands, maybe potentially millions of migrants that come into the UK and Ireland that are legal, that are workers, that contribute to the economy, that pay taxes. But there's also millions of migrants that come into those countries that abuse the system, that are riding the gravy train, that are not contributing, they're not paying taxes, they're not helping the country. So this takes away a lot of services and resources from the people of that country, because it now has to be delegated amongst migrants that are coming into the country as well. I definitely agree with the points that Derek has made, because the same thing is happening in the UK as well. It's a massive problem in Ireland, which is why 10,000 people took to the streets recently to protest about it, and which is why Conor McGregor is using his platform to shed light on this situation, because it is a massive problem in Ireland and the rest of the world. I just want to finish this video on this note as well. Recently I've had a few comments from people saying to me, Jermaine, this channel is about MMA and mixed martial arts. Why are you making political videos about migrants and politics, etc.? The reason is, guys, is that this is my channel. First and foremost, I can create content about what I want. But secondly, life is just not about mixed martial arts. A lot of fighters in the real world are experiencing real problems, and just because they're not talking about it doesn't mean they are not feeling it and they are not thinking it. And my videos have been getting millions and millions of views recently. A lot of them are people from Ireland, from Europe. A lot of them are fighters too. And the reason is because these are real world issues that people actually care about and people are interested in. And this is why I keep making videos about this situation, because life is not just about mixed martial arts, it's also about real world issues as well, which is why I make content about this, and which is why I will continue to make videos about this. I'll still make videos about mixed martial arts, and I will continue to make videos like this if and when I choose to do so. So if you're interested in that kind of content, please stick around. If you don't like these videos, you're welcome to unsubscribe. No harm, no foul. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. If you enjoyed the content, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.